hopelessness, helplessness, useless. Yes, these are the exact words describing what I'm feeling right now. I always ask myself, why can't I ever achieve success in life? Why can't I achieve such a simple thing when all my other peers can do so effortlessly? Why am I so useless? Hey guys, what is up? Shanq Koo right here, and I know what is going through your mind right now. Pretty dark opening scene, isn't it? Yet, this is what a lot of us goes through from time to time. Most of us are able to blow past it and move on, but some of us get trapped, and that is when we are in real trouble. This is the first episode of Coping in Your World, so we haven't really figured out a suitable introduction reel, but wait for it, it's coming. As I've mentioned in my last video, this new series is all about imparting the necessary skills required to cope with situations you encounter in your day-to-day life. On this very first series of Coping in Your World, I've decided to touch on a real yet painful topic to talk about, and that is rejection. The last few months have been hell for a lot of junior doctors as we are required to attend interviews to secure a job for next year. It is always nerve-wracking, no matter how many times you go through it. But that is not the worst part. The worst part is after waiting for your interview turn, stuttering in front of the panel, the amount of time you spend practicing in front of the mirror so that you can ace the interview. You are disappointed to find out that you have been unsuccessful. And worst of all, even when you know that you are well overqualified for the particular role you applied for, you are rejected because 1, you do not have connections, or 2, you are a little bit pricier than other candidates. Nevertheless, moping gets you nowhere, and here is what we should learn from rejections. Number 1, don't take it personally. 30 years of my journey has taught me one thing. A lot of things in life do not go the way you want, no matter how badly we want it or how much we work for it. And even though you are left with bruises and scrapes, you need to keep in mind that rejection does not define you. And just because you get rejected multiple times, it does not automatically make you a failure. I'm sure you are familiar with the story of Jack Ma. He applied for KFC, 24 applicants were interviewed, 23 was hired, and he was not one of them. Yet, look at him now, founder of Alibaba and the second richest man in China. Just because you keep running into wall does not mean that you wouldn't find success down your path. Now, I know it's hard dealing with rejection, and Emily can tell you all about how I was moping around the house after I found out that I had been unsuccessful for several roles I applied for. The important thing is, even though after going through so many rejections, I never once saw myself as a failure. Instead of moping, I pick myself up and try again. Number 2, look at what you're doing and go from there. After every rejection, it is always important to examine why you get rejected. Start with yourself and go outwards from there. So for example, in a job interview, if you feel like your answers are not as good as how you would have answered it, perhaps that is what makes you less competitive. And this signals you that you should practice your interview a little bit more so that you can ace it the next time round. And moving outwards, examine what successful candidates have done and what makes them different from you. Do they have more qualification or experience in a certain area which makes them more desirable? Are they more suited for the role based on what they are asking from the company and their expectations? That does not necessarily mean that you need to lower your expectations to meet that of what the company is asking you. It just means that perhaps this job is not right for you, and better luck next time. Lastly, look at the company that you have applied for. What are their requirements for the job? It is so often that a lot of people do not read what the company is actually asking for and they just apply for it, hoping to get a job because they just want money to rookie mistakes. Number 3, sometimes what you want and what you can have are just two different things. We all have something that we want in life, but no matter how hard you try, it just isn't meant for you. In those situations, the advice I always give people is that find something that makes you happy. Look past the rejection and find what you truly want. Some people, they get stuck in this cycle where they think that this one particular job is for them. And when they get the job, they realize they're actually not as happy as they would have been because they find out what they actually had to sacrifice for it. And here, I'm just going to prompt you to think about the sacrifices you had to make, the things you lose on the way in order to get what you want. Do not be blinded by the momentary glory that you are in, and always remember the way, the cost and benefit. Value of things changes as you age. What may be a small cost 10 years ago may not be that small now when you look at it closely. Hope this video has helped you cope with rejection emotionally and strategically. Remember to click on the subscribe button and give me a thumbs up if you haven't done so. Take a breather, stop feeling bad for yourself, and tune in next week to find out what other amazing videos I have in store for you. Until then, stay safe and well.